Let's take our first ever look at engraving. I got a chance to visit a blacksmith during my recent play session and engraved some weapons and armor to finally get a sense of what it looks like and what else we can expect to see at the blacksmith. So if you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. So yes, I talked about this new engraving system before in E3 videos of Odyssey, but there wasn't a blacksmith there where I could see this feature in action. Well, that changed recently, because in the village of a last boss, a blacksmith was ready to serve me, so I took my chance. The thing about engraving is that it lets you put an extra perk on your weapon or armor to give you more freedom in how you would like to build your character. You get this perk by playing the game, doing specific challenges like kill 10 archers or kill 10 enemies with a headshot, but you can also take special perks from powerful weapons and put them on other weapons. Like for example with this Typhon's Mace, I can grab the highlighted armor penetration perk and put it on another weapon if I want. So if I don't like this particular weapon, it still has a use for engraving. When you select engraving in the blacksmith, you first have to select a weapon you want to enhance with a new perk or add a different perk to. For example, this Shepherd's Cane Epic Staff had the plus 5% increase to all damage, but because I wanted to use it as a fire staff, I put the plus 4% fire damage onto it. I also engraved the sword that I got from Medusa with some extra warrior damage. At this point in the game, so level 50, you should have way more engraving options, but in this demo, there were only a handful of perks available, but also good to note is that the perks differ per item, even for different weapons. Like, I had more choices for the sword than for the scepter, for example. Same goes for armor pieces, so not all the engraving perks apply to all the items. Engraving is not free as well. As you see here, it costs a ton of resources to put perks on a different gear piece. Resources you can buy at the blacksmith, by the way, or find in the world or on sea by destroying other ships. So yes, you can switch the perks on weapons as much as you want, so engraving a weapon doesn't mean that you have to keep that perk, but you can easily change it up as long as you got the resources. And then when you engrave an item, you see it highlighted with that new perk, just like in Origins when you upgraded the weapon. And in Odyssey, that system returns as well. At the blacksmith, you can upgrade every item to your level for a price. This time not only money, but also other resources as noted under the weapon in the upgrade menu. So yes, you can keep that legendary gear from level 20 and get it back up to level 50, but not for free and likely super expensive if you try to upgrade them every level. I'm not sure about this yet, but it looks like it will be the same as in Origins, that you constantly pay a premium price per item you upgrade, and that it doesn't like scale depending on the level of the weapon and the level you want it to upgrade to. But yeah, I think it works like this, but I'm not 100% sure. Also interesting is that you can buy horses at the blacksmith, so horses are our only mount in this game, but it seems like there's no stable whatsoever, but the blacksmith has these animals for sale. We also see, like I already said, the resources, but also different armor pieces, up to epic. I haven't seen any legendary items in the shop yet, but they might show up. Not all the gear pieces were available at the blacksmith. I could not buy a helmet. I could pick up a weapon from all the 6 categories though. Also interesting is that the blacksmith's inventory was different in different play sessions. So I went to the shop, but I saw different weapons, horses, and even resources I could buy. Meaning that in the full game, my blacksmith might be different from yours. I know for a fact though that I will be spending a lot of time at the blacksmith to tweak and get the best possible loadout, and I still think it's awesome that some weapons or legendary gear will really be nice, not because of their strength, but because of the special perk they got, so you then still want to chase and get them. I'm looking forward to make some awesome loadout videos for when the game is out, but we still got to wait like a month before the game hits at the time of this recording. Totally subscribe if you haven't already to stay up to date on everything Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You can now support me for a small fee per month and get perks like early access to Odyssey videos when they are scheduled. You can hit the join button if you want to support me that way. I just came back from a 3-day trip to Paris where I got to record a lot of new Odyssey footage that I will be able to share soon, so a ton of good stuff is coming your way. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you can like this video to support the channel, check out my video on special loot you get from max level bosses, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.